Welcome back to News First on PNC. Summer is upon us, but graduation season is not yet over at the Department of Education. The official grad count is still being tallied, but Superintendent John Fernandez explains some of the changes reflecting this academic year's statistics. PNC's Rebecca Elmore has the story.
As the end of the school year winds down, the Department of Education gears up for graduation season. There are 7 schools this academic year, and with the implementation of the new J.P. Torres High School and the expansion of Ukadu, Superintendent Fernandez explains that there's a new way GDOE is computing their graduation numbers.
But in terms of how we're measuring the graduation rate, in terms of, we report the completion rate normally of the number of students who've completed their high school education, and then there is something called a cohort graduation rate, which measures the ability for students to graduate within the 4 years with their cohort that they entered high school with.
According to Fernandez, J.P. Torres just finished their inaugural graduate class with a successful 52-student graduation, the first graduating class for the new high school. And with each school's graduation, more data will be added to accurately reflect the number of current graduates for this academic year.
Overall, we anticipate graduating probably between 1,950 students, this year. And again, we'll finalize that number once we get through all the ceremonies.
According to the raw data provided by the Department of Education, Ukadu, Southern High, and Teedson High School are all anticipating their highest number of graduates. But for JFK, George Washington, and Southern High School, Fernandez explains that the slight dips in grad rates are partially due to district changes and the opening of J.P. Torres.
GW mostly went to Teedson. JFK went to Teedson and Ukadu. So that's where you'll see some of that decline. And the reason why it's a steady decline as well is that some of them were granted an opportunity to stay at their old school. So we're just settling the numbers now about what the anticipated regular number of graduates ought to be.
Reporting for PNC News, I'm Rebecca Elmore.
According to Superintendent John Fernandez, GDOE will have finalized statistics following their rainbow graduation ceremony for their summer graduates. That event takes place next month.
Well, the Judiciary of Guam presented their budget request for fiscal year 2018 this morning. They are seeking a total of $36.2 million for FY18, which is a significant increase over their 2017 appropriation of $34.2 million. In their presentation, the Judiciary spoke about the many programs they have undertaken, including various therapeutic courts and other programs aimed at reducing recidivism. They also made a case for an 8th judge, which the Judiciary says is necessary considering their increased caseloads.
We need another judge because the judges are very, their caseload is very big. Is it really because of an increase in criminal cases, or is it an increase in our treatment courts, or what do you think that really is?
I think it's a combination of both. We've had 3 major impacts on judges' time. We've gone to an increasing number of trials for criminal cases, which means that essentially if you're a judge in a criminal case on trial, that's all you can do during that week or 2 weeks that the trial takes. We have the therapeutic courts, which are the judge to spend more time on the bench, talking to the participants in the program, also having staffing meetings about the participants. And the final item is the increase in certain types of cases. Because criminal cases take priority, and we've seen a substantial increase in CSC cases and also the adult drug court cases and other drug cases. They're taking time away that judges could, because they're priority, judges are not easily able to address their civil trials.
The Judiciary also spoke about their juvenile justice reform efforts, which have reduced the number of juveniles who are housed in detention at DYA.
More tax refunds will be mailed out over the weekend. According to the Governor's Director of Communications, Oyal Nirarekla, GovGuam just finished processing about $3 million in tax refunds today. The refunds will be mailed out tomorrow. This should cover almost all of the returns that were filed through February 6th. Nirarekla says they hope to clear all of the refunds filed through February 6th by next week.
Well, for one night only, Step Up Entertainment Group is hosting their 24-karat magic event with special guest Carlos Skipper, a world champion hip-hop artist. Hailing all the way from New Zealand, Carlos Skipper will be performing some of his award-winning dance routines that helped him and his team earn the world championship for the last 2 years in a row. And it's all taking place tomorrow night during Step Up's 7th annual concert.
Basically, we showcase all the dances that we've made throughout the year, and it's kind of like a reveal for what we're going to be performing for the next year. And on top of that, we're actually bringing in special guests. One of them would be Carlos Skipper right over here, world champion.
The event will take place at St. Anthony Gymnasium. Doors open at 5 p.m. and tickets start at $15. For more information, you can visit www.stepupguam.com or call 898-3310.
All right, let's check in with Chelsea Cruz for a look at the island's weather.
Wingapo, and welcome to your PNC weather forecast brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank, Guam Windward Memorial, and Dipsticks. I'm Chelsea Cruz. Now, if today's look rings any bells for you, that's because 22 years ago today, Disney's Pocahontas first premiered in theaters. One of my favorites because it's chock full of profound messages, much like how today's forecast is chock full of showers and thunderstorms. A couple of hours ago, gray clouds started building in the east. This makes tonight's forecast mostly cloudy with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Winds are still 10 to 15 miles per hour until Sunday. Now this weekend's definitely going to be a wet one, which is vastly different from not too long ago. But as a river is just like our weather, the water is always changing, always flowing. For Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers and thunderstorms will enter the forecast due to a tropical disturbance coming from the northeast. Just listen with your heart, or in my Nina's case, your sinuses, and you will understand. By early next week, though, all of this should already be to the west of the Marianas, and we'll start to see some dry weather for a bit. But you know, it's nice having the rain, especially with all the beautiful vegetation we have on the island. We just have to brave the thunder a little bit. Just goes to show that sometimes the right path is not the easiest one. Now that's all for tonight's weather report. Tune in every weekday for more weather updates, and who knows, you may learn things you never knew you never knew. Have a good night.
PNC Weather Report is brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes. And Guam Windward Memorial. And Dipsticks, located in the heart of Jalan Pago.